Hello dear students, good morning. Today we are going to read the poem Childhood by Marcus Nathan. Marcus Nathan was an Australian writer and poet. In this poem he has discussed about his lost childhood. Now you know what is childhood? Up to the age of 9 or 10 or you feel that you are a child and you know that child is associated with innocence, and the child loves everybody unconditionally. The child believes everybody and is very, very pure at heart. Now Marcus Nathan the poet feels that at certain age he had lost his childhood and he had become an adult. Now what are the situations when he feels that his childhood is lost? At that time, how he felt as an adult, and what was the difference between a child. So we'll continue with the poem. When did my childhood go? Was it the day I ceased to be 11? Was it the time I realized that hell and heaven could not be found in geography and therefore could not be? Was that the day? So in these lines, in the first stanza of the poem, the poet is feeling sad and he is wondering, when did his childhood go? At what stage of his life did he lose his childhood? Now, because his childhood is lost, is it because he ceased to be 11? Ceased means come to an end. He was wondering and he thought that perhaps when he had completed his 11 years, and that was the time when he lost his childhood. Or was it the time I realized that hell and heaven could not be found in geography and therefore could not be? Now, as I told you that children are very pure at heart, they are very innocent, and when the elders tell them that there is a hell or heaven, they believe them. And this is because the parents want to teach them to be good in life, and therefore they tell the stories of hell and heaven so that they are always on the right path. But the poet now is grown up. He has stopped being 11 now. He has grown up. Therefore, he feels that the poet feels that when he has grown up, he cannot find hell or heaven-like places in geography or on the map of the world. Then he realized that these two places are imaginary and there are no such places. And this made him feel that when he used to believe that there were hell and heaven, he was so innocent as a child. But now he was an adult and he knew that therefore when there are no such places and they can never be. Was that the day? Now this is the second stanza. When did my childhood go? Was it the time I realized that adults were not all they seemed to be? They talked of love and preached of love, but did not act so lovingly. Was that the day? So in these lines you can see they are very simple lines in which the poet has expressed his feelings, and he is still brooding over, he is still thinking and wondering when his childhood had gone. Was it the time that he realized that adults were not all they seemed to be? He felt that adults behaved in a weird manner, in a strange manner. He felt that they talked of love and preached of love, but did not act so lovingly. That is, he realized that the adults, what they said and what they did was absolutely different, and he felt that that was the day when he must have lost his childhood, because as a childhood he never understood the behavior of the adults, but when he became an adult himself, he understood the behavior of adults. Now coming to the third stanza. When did my childhood go? Was it when I found my mind was really mine, to use whichever way I choose, producing thoughts that were not those of other people, but my own and mine alone? Was that the day? So in this stanza you can see that the poet is thinking of a different possibility. He is wondering when did and what time, at what state did he lose his childhood. So the third possibility may be that when he found his mind was really his, that is, when the children are innocent, they believe their elders, they behave as their elders ask them to, and they do not logically think about anything or worry about anything. And when a child becomes an adult, he has his own thoughts, he has his own opinion, he has his own viewpoint. And this is what the poet is thinking, that possibly when he became an adult, by feeling that his mind, his thought was his own, to use whichever way I choose, he wanted to have his own viewpoint, he wanted to have his own ideas, producing thoughts that were not those of other people. So he was thinking that at this stage his thoughts were not being imposed by other people. His thoughts were his own genuine thoughts. And see the line, but my own and mine alone. So it was not, his thoughts were not imposed by anybody else other than he himself. That is to say that his thoughts were his own and his own thinking and viewpoint. Was that the day? So in every stanza you can see that the poet is thinking about the stage, the time, or the instance when his childhood must have gone. But in the next stanza, in the last concluding stanza, the poet asks where his childhood has gone. Now in this fourth stanza, the concluding stanza, the poet really wonders, where did my childhood go? So in the three instances and possibilities, the poet was confirmed that he had lost his childhood, and now when he is an adult, he is wondering, he is thinking where to find his childhood. Where it has gone. It went to some forgotten place that's hidden in an infant's face. That's all I know. So now the poet believes that the childhood is hidden in an infant's face, in a small child's face, and that's what I know, that it is a forgotten place. Now why does the poet say it is a forgotten place? Because the stage of childhood is over for him and he has become an adult. He can't go back to his childhood, but he knows that his childhood is hidden there in the face of an infant, a newborn baby. So in this way you see that the poet has talked about three situations in which he feels that that was the moment when his childhood was lost. If I go back to the first stanza, and you will read the lines quietly, silently. Yes. Now can you tell me that what does it mean that hell and heaven could not be found in geography? That is, what is the poet thinking, or what quality of human beings it is to question the things which are not there? This is called as reasoning, logic. When he grew up as an adult, he felt and he asked questions about hell and heaven, as he could not find them on the map anywhere. So it was not logical for him to believe. So when you have logical thinking, it is called the reasoning. A child does not reason anything. He does not have a developed reasoning power, and this is called as rationalism. This quality is being rationalistic. Now look at the second stanza. Read the lines for yourself. Yes, done? So look at the lines. Adults were not all they seemed to be. They talked of love and preached of love, and did not act so lovingly. When does this happen, and what quality it is? What characteristic of human beings is it that you preach something and you behave or act in a different manner, equally opposite, totally opposite to what you say? So saying and doing is different in adults. This is what was observed by the poet, and the characteristic is hypocrisy. Such characteristic is called as hypocrisy. Now look at the third stanza. In the third stanza, you can see that the poet thinks that he produces his own thoughts. His thoughts are his own and not imposed by anyone. So the characteristic here is individuality. Individuality is the characteristic of the adults who are self-dependent. And children, you know that small children, a child is not self-dependent. He is dependent on his elders and parents. So when a child becomes an adult, he is self-reliant or self-dependent, and he has his own thinking line. He has his own line of thoughts, and that is the characteristic associated with the adults. It is called as individuality. So now you can see that in all the three stanzas, the poet has realized that the characteristic of adults are rationalism, hypocrisy, and individualism. So when you have these three qualities, you become an adult and you lose the childhood innocence. So finally in the fourth paragraph, you can see the poet who was remorseful, who was sad about his lost childhood, consoles himself and concludes that he cherished the innocence until he was a child. But now when he has grown up old and an adult, he has forgotten that innocence. And the message is that a child is associated with innocence. Now let us talk about the rhyme scheme. The rhyme scheme used in the poem Childhood is A, B, B, C, C, D. Since it has 6 lines in every stanza, the first line does not rhyme with any. Second line rhymes with the third one, therefore B, B. Fourth line rhymes with the fifth one, and then D all alone. So this is meant by A, B, B, C, C, D. Refrain. Refrain means a group of phrases which is repeated in the poem. For example, when did my childhood go? Was that the day? So the first lines in the three stanzas, first and last lines are repeated. This figure of speech is called as refrain. The other figures of speech are antithesis. Antithesis means where two opposite words are used together in a sentence in a poem. For example, hell and heaven. These are the two different words which have different meanings. Then alliteration. The occurrence of the same letter of a sound at the beginning of closely connected words. This is alliteration, when words with the same letters are repeated. For example, the time, my mind, whichever way, thoughts that. So you can see the poet has used two words beginning with T. In the second one, both beginning with M. So this is called as alliteration.